Welcome back everybody to another Destiny 2 video. I am bringing you a requested Titan build using the exotic Severance Enclosure. Before we get into this build, if you guys could hit that like button down below, subscribe if you are new to the channel and want to see more builds just like this in the future, and comment a build that you guys want to see me do, or if you guys have a specific build you want to see me try in the comments below. If you guys are looking for a nice energy drink to keep you active and focused on your games while you're gaming, I've got the drinks for you. Head on over to www.w.gg to get your own awesome energy drinks. W's got zero sugar, no artificial colors or dyes, no hidden ingredients, it's gluten-free. All of the flavors are unique and custom made by W themselves, so you'll never taste the same thing in other brands. And if you price out the drinks, each drink comes out to about $1 a drink or less compared to anything like you go to Starbucks or Dunkin' or you buy a Monster, anything of the sort. That's going to cost you $3 to $5. This is $1 a drink, made right here in the US. So like I said, head on over to www.w.gg to get your own drinks and use code Z_Destiny for a 10% off coupon at checkout. Now let's get to the video. Now let's get in for the build. So first off, you're going to want to be on your Sunbreaker, of course, because this is going to be a solar-based build. We're going to be basing it all off of getting your powered melee kills. So the best thing to do is use the hammer. So we're going to be using the throwing hammer, and for what I'm using this for is the healing grenade, just to keep up that cure and restoration. Next, for your aspects, you're going to want Soul Invictus, Solar Ability Final Blows, Hammer of Soul impacts, and defeating scorched targets creates sunspots. Your abilities regenerate faster, and your super drains more slowly while standing in the sunspot. Sunspots apply scorch and deal damage to targets inside. Entering a sunspot applies restoration. You're going to want Roaring Flames. Final blows with super abilities or ignitions increase the damage of your solar abilities, stacks up to 3 times. While Roaring Flames is active, your uncharged melee attacks deal solar damage and scorched melee targets. For the fragments, it's actually going to be pretty much the same fragments that we were running for our other Titan build. If you want to see that build, click the little icon in the top right of the screen. But we're going to get right into that. For the first fragment, we're going to want Ember of Torches. Powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. Ember of Solace. Radiant and restoration effects applied to you have increased duration. Ember of Eruption. Your solar ignitions have increased area of effect. And Ember of Singeing. Your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. These are going to be your fragments and aspects that you're going to want to run for your tree. You can run any of the solar abilities for your actual super, whether you would like to run Hammer of Soul or Burning Maul. That doesn't typically really matter, but what I'm going to be using this for is going to be the typical Hammer of Soul. And then, of course, Throwing Hammer is the most important because it's basically an infinite melee as long as you do this build. Next up, you're going to want to focus on the mods that we're going to be running for this build. On our helmet, I am running Hands-On, gain bonus super energy on melee kills, so you'll be able to recharge your super as fast as you really need it. So if you're ever in a situation where you need instant healing, you can pop your super, which pops a sunspot in case you don't have your hammer or your healing grenade for whatever reason, and that'll immediately give you some healing. Next up, we've got High Energy Fire. While charged with light, gain a bonus to weapon damage. Each defeated combatant consumes 1 stack of Charged with Light. Next up, we've got our Well of Ordnance. Picking up a Solar Elemental Well grants you additional grenade energy. Multiple copies of this mod will increase this effect. I am only running this for 1 because we've got other abilities that are going to recharge our abilities faster, so we don't need more of this mod unless you want that to recharge almost instantaneously. Next up on our chest piece, I've got Armor of the Dying Star. This reduces incoming solar and void damage. I've got Concussive Dampener, reduces incoming AoE or area of effect damage from combatants. Elemental Charge, become charged with light by picking up an Elemental Well. If the Elemental Well's element type matches your subclass's element, you gain 2 stacks of Charge with Light. Down on our boots, we're rocking Recuperation, replenishes health each time you pick up an Orb of Power. And Well of Life, picking up a Solar Elemental Well grants increased regeneration for a short period of time. And finally, down on our class item, we are running 1-2 Finisher. Just in case you miss your hammer throw or it explodes because you're not able to reach it fast enough, you can use a Finisher for 1/6 of your melee, and it'll replenish your melee ability fully. And then we've got Melee Wellmaker. Powered melee combatant final blows spawn elemental wells matching your subclass energy type. And with this build, you're pretty much going to have infinite hammers. If you ever miss or drop or explode your hammer by accident because you can't pick it up fast enough, you will get another hammer in its place by doing a simple finisher as long as you have 1/6 of your super. And on top of that, each throw of your hammer, and whenever you get a final blow with that hammer, it's going to immediately combust your enemy, which is great for ad clearing. You'll see it in the clips that I'm playing above. You can pretty much endlessly keep ad clearing by throwing a single hammer, and the enemies are going to spontaneously combust. So it's absolutely great if you need any sort of ad clearing capabilities, and it's only a melee that you have infinitely. So then you can use your weapon slots for things that you can hold for damage, and you don't have to worry about not being able to put out enough damage. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you guys want to see your build, drop it down in the comments below. And I want to thank The Last Saiyan for recommending this build. If you guys want to see your build in a future video, drop a comment down below with what build you guys want to see, or what build with any sort of exotic you guys want to see. It could be weapon or armor, whatever the case may be. And I will see you guys in the next video. Again, hit that like button, subscribe, comment your build.